we going to take this as a great solution on the front side and have a conversation where most other agents are not is beyond me. So what I did, I asked Rose, I said, can you please give me a couple of these? There's more up front, and I'm going to tell you this is a good service to provide for your friends, your neighbors, whoever, who might be living in a home and not thinking about selling, but you would say, you know, you might have chalet shingles if your roof was done between 1999 and 2010, okay? That is when most of them were put up. So the home could be built in the 1980s and they re-roofed it in the early 2000s. They could have chalet shingles. So it's not just homes that were built during that time, it's if they had a roof put up during that time period. And they're dimensional shingles or architectural, but for $200 they can have it inspected and see if they have an issue with the shingles that are there. If they do have an issue, Kim, does that mean that all the insurance companies will jump up and down and say, oh, we've got a defective roof, we are going to replace all of your shingles? Does that happen?
Doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen. As a matter of fact, what happens?
They won't replace any unless there's been damage, and that has to be damage for the current owner.
So let me cover a couple things with you guys of what happens. You call an insurance company. You know where the insurance company make their money? They make their money on the no. What I mean by that is they'll tell people no a good bit of the time, and 50% of people fall off assuming that's the answer. The other 50% may pursue it. But they tell a lot of people no. And if you have a shingle situation that's an issue, you don't get your sellers all worried. You go, hey, we need to contact a professional roofing company that can come out and see, do you have damaged shingles? And there's hail damage. Now what happened recently was the people contacted the insurance company and their insurance adjuster came out and said, this roof does not have any damage to it. Do you think they're going to be more investigating than a roofing company would? No. So steps and importance, I want you guys to remember what you have here because this does give you a unique opportunity that other agents don't have. That's why it's the brain between us and Trademark, because I went to them and said, hey, we're seeing this over and over and over and over again. So you always got to be having solutions for what we see going on in the market out there. And if you're not talking about this at the listing presentation, you are absolutely missing the boat on a great opportunity to make you look better, but also have control so that your contract does not fall through or get on life support. Okay, so please take these. If you don't pick one up and they're out, then go to Rose. She has up front plenty of them. Okay.
Hey, can I ask you a question? So why wouldn't they just have a roofing company come out and look at it free? Why would they, you could call like a roofing and say, hey, will you come look at my roof and see if I have the shingles? And I'll pay the $200. Well,
because you have different companies that are out there to take advantage of the people and not really go through the proper channels. So for $200, have an inspection company that's going to go out there on your behalf versus a roofing consultant. I would recommend go through the inspection company, let them give you a little analysis and go from there. If you need a roofing contractor, I've worked with several that are very good and reputable, and I can make recommendations. I gave one to Jim, and actually this person's been used several times here. They did a roof inspection for us and met insurance inspector out there, got up on the roof with them, went through a very good process. So, yes.
I had it come up and I was thinking about Cal saying Valley Roofing was a good one to use.
Yeah.
And it took them like a week and a half to even call back, and by that point we were through with due diligence. It was on a buyer. So who are the roofing companies that you would recommend?
I used the guy Greg Rayner with Rayner Roofing, and he was phenomenal. And that's one that I'd recommend to anybody. He seemed to be plenty on the spot. But also remember this, they're kind of at the height of things, so they are going to be busier and busier. As the selling season happens, there's going to be more emergency calls. So,
but it's like when you have a buyer, you don't have time on your hands. I mean, I get it on the listing side, but I ran into a time crunch. I think it was my buyer ended up not working.
And it just depends on what the overall situation is. Also, notice of business relationship. This is the new flyer this is the new form that you need to have all of your clients sign. And all it's saying is, hey, we're in a business relationship. This is worded differently than the other form was. You just need to know this is what we've got to have with each one of your files. Yes.
Is this already in the FMLS documents like the other
Sarita
ones?
should have uploaded it yesterday.
So
Yes.
Does it need to be attached as an exhibit, or do you just need to have it?
No, we just need to have it on there.
Okay.
Good catch. Don't let that go. Seriously, tell them.
So before we put it out.
Terry?
Before you put it out there, relationship is
Yes.
spelled wrong. Good catch, Tamara Stout.
It wasn't me. It was Karen.
Serena, I tell you what. So that'll be corrected, it'll be the right one out there. Yes, no, Tamara, thank you very much. Do not-
Thank Karen.
Thank you, Karen. That's pretty bad. Give me 1 second here. Hey, let me ask you guys this.
So anyway, this is not very similar to the.
What? Okay,
Ultimately, the
since
upload.
Jeff is traveling back from Florida, I figured we'd go ahead and, whatever the hell you guys want to tell your clients the rate is, we will tell them. What do I hear? Do I hear 2.25?
2.3.
Actually, Jeff texted me last night, said I'll be traveling tomorrow, here's what the rates are. Who can tell me what they think they are today? What were they last week?
3.35.
I'm thinking
30-year.
What were they last week? They were 3.5.
I'd say 3.43.
That's probably over.
So let's see. I think they're 3.65 on the 30-year, and on the 15-year, it was like 2.75. That's good. And if I could find it, then take it. I can't, so we'll just go with a 3.65 and 2.75 on a 15-year, and all I can tell you is they are phenomenal. So people are getting excited about it out there, and we are definitely in a early spring market right now. There's challenges that we're going to be facing that you guys need to be thinking about. So what is going on this week? 400 North Ford, YPN. What is YPN? Young Professionals Network. Who in here is under the age of 40?
That's why I didn't know what that was.
So Lewis, my question is why YPN? We have two. In this room, we're gonna change it to OPN.
That will be a 99%.
Lewis, would you explain YPN and what it means to these fine people in here, whether they're under 40 or
Above 40?
above 40?
That doesn't put me on either one category, right? We're trying to, the 400 North Ford is trying to open through NAR. We're trying to see if there's enough needs out there. We have a lot of young professionals in the
Outside of this room.
outside of this office. No, in this office we have quite a bit, but throughout the whole older broker's office, we have quite a bit of young professionals. The list was 125 under the age of 30. So a lot of and we're trying to see if there's enough need in there to start a chapter. For us to be able to request a chapter through NAR, we need to first do the initial review, and we're meeting on February 25th. Thursday is a free attendance, free drinks and appetizers, 2 drinks and appetizers. I gotta be specific, 2 drinks, it's not open bar. And if you know anybody that belongs to the 400 North Ford that is a young professional under 40, please recommend them to go. And you're all invited as well if you want to stop by and bring somebody with you. Rosario is just right here on the plaza above from us, so it's very central location. It's a Thursday night, not a Friday. Initially, I told somebody it was a Friday, but it's a Thursday, 5 to 7. So I appreciate if you guys can help us through that and bring some people over.
So if you are over the hill but young at heart, this is for you.
Exactly. You had a question?
I just want to know if there's an OPN.
We are going to do that. The problem with the OPN is open bar, and right now we don't have the funds for the open bar.
As
long as it's close to a bar, I think you could probably get a crowd going.
Nobody would remember what it was.
Yeah. Why are we here?
Ken will be hosted at Denny's between 4 and 6.
Right before the ARP meeting. Early bird.
By the way, I do have a suggestion. If you're not the nice ripe age of 50, I encourage you to go ahead and join the ARP. Because anybody can be a member, and I realized a couple years ago, I said, hey, I don't want to wait for 50 and get the card and be, gosh, so I went ahead and joined, so I am a proud member, and they do have good discounts, so I recommend $17 a person for a year.
Wow, you overpaid.
What is it?
I own up to 12, so you overpaid.
You're older than me.
Oh, if you're under 50, you have to pay more. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, first off, before we go any further,
I don't like that one.
got anybody you'd like to?
Introduce?
Yes.
I do. I have 2 people I'd like to introduce. We
Rob, you're next, by the
we
way.
introduced Diane last week, and Miss Pam Evans was down at Legislative and or GAR and all that, so Pam joined us. Yay.
Pam is the president of the Atlanta chapter for the Women's Council, right? Did a nice little video with John Adams last week.
Yes. And also just joining us as of today is Miss Jen Peterson, just getting her license, yay. I'm a Michigan fan, but we'll have to work on that.
Rob?
Oh, might have been introduced. Rose has been here for a while, and of course Denise Morton with Carolyn and Kim's team has been here for about 2 months now, and rock stars. So.
And by the way, we're going to give a little shout out over to Rosa. She got her first listing yesterday, $469,000. Do you think she's excited? Yes. That feels good. Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to introduce Renee. She's for the Carolyn Kim team. She is going to be our office assistant, mostly working off exit 16, but she'll be here some as well. So we're excited to have her.
Awesome. It'll be a great addition. Anybody else?
Yes, I would like to introduce my guest, Roberto. He's here to see how we do what we do, and if you like everything that he sees, he might be joining us as well.
Well, that's a good way to put me under pressure, Roberto.
Yeah.
And y'all too, so if he doesn't like us, good luck with it. But we hope that you decide the right decision, which will be you next week right here. Smile. Okay? All right. Welcome everybody. Here we go. This Thursday, thank you, Denise. I'm going to be speaking with Rev Harmon. What do you do with the 800-pound gorilla? That is about Zillow. And there's always things that are being updated, changed within Zillow. Rhett and I are kind of tackling this and working as much as we can with Zillow to kind of bring the fresh content so we can keep you guys up to date with everything. If you want to come and learn anything about that, Denise, what do they got to do?
Just sign up with me. Special rate $15 if you want to come this meeting. It's normally 25 for people who are not members of Women's Council Realtors. And it's at the 1818 Club on Sugarloaf Parkway.
Which is nice.
It's very
nice Josh.
breakfast included with that $15. And if you could let me know before noon today, I'd appreciate it.
No talk to Terry this Friday. Yes.
Did you get her? For her, she has a meeting Thursday too.
But I'm not speaking there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. John Adams is speaking at the Atlanta chapter.
Really?
Why
Google
must rule the world for realtors.
Why Google must rule the world. And another changing ship that is a huge thing. And John Adams has been talking about that and updating everything, so he is very educated on it. And y'all know who John Adams is?
Yeah.
Of course, this group does, because we all were better.
Second president.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you sure it's not John Quincy yet?
That's number 5, right?
He's younger.
Pam, do you have anything that you'd like to shout out and say, here's where it is?
I don't remember. 11:30, Maggiano's in Buckhead. See you later, Jack.
That's very nice.
Yes.
Where is it?
What day is it?
Thursday, the 18th, in 2 days. 11:30, Maggiano's in Buckhead. It should be
Really?
very good.
Swatter Day, this last Saturday, they had 3 appointments set. Swati, you got anything you want to say about that?
Yes, I do. I wanted to say thank you for those of there participate. They came to have fun with us. Add 3 more listings, have about 12 follow-ups. And they're ready to get this year to the next level. So if you are wanting to join the winning team, next Saturday, we're gonna have a breakfast, coffee, music, fun, and hopefully some additional cash from Terry on top taking a listing appointment.
Sure. Never mentioned the cash, Swan. Music, yes.
I said I hope.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yes.
That's not this Saturday, that is next Saturday. So that goes on every other Saturday at Swatter Day from 9:30 to 12.
It's fun.
Make sure you're there, because business does happen consistently.
If I may just add a few more things I forgot. Rosa had 2 listing appointments last Saturday, and she had a 1-month free dues. And Lisa also had 1 appointment, and she had another 3-month dues from Terry's month.
Rob, Debbie, you guys want to talk about what mornings this week they have script practice, role play, and prospecting? Because I know it alternates sometimes because of the CE. So which are the days they come
This
in?
week, Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday. So that is from 9 to 9:30 is script practice and role play. 9:30 to 10:30 is actual prospecting.
Yep.
All right. So that's Wednesday and Thursday. FMLS stats, I pass these out. I put some notes down here. There's things that you guys need to be aware of, and we are in an early spring market. There's a lot of demand out there, but what's happening is there's a weakness of inventory. So I want you guys to think about this. Here's what I see happening. Inventory on new homes is increasing. Your resale market is decreasing. I go to neighborhoods like Grand Cascades the other day. There's 3 homes available out of about 600 homes in that neighborhood. That is way off. In Old Atlanta Club, there's about 6 or 7 out of 630. That is way off. What needs to happen is we need to leverage some of the stuff and the new homes that are getting people excited and start educating the consumer. We need the resales to start entering the market as opposed to just new home inventory. So you guys need to get your megaphone out and go out there and start leveraging this type of content and show people that, hey, the supply is way down, interest rates are way down, demand is way up. If you were ever considering selling, is now the time or should I wait for the spring market? The spring market's here right now. And you need to go out there and make sure everybody knows it, because there's a lot of people going, I'll wait until the spring market. But the numbers are there, the interest rates are phenomenally low, and it's kind of spiked up a lot of interest from people that were sitting on the sideline. We all know one thing, since the Fed funds rate has gone up, eventually, we're at a little time period here that is unpredictable. Nobody thought we'd have a drop in the interest rates. So you've got a window of opportunity if you're going to be buying something for long haul, to lock in a great interest rate. You need to get people out there. So what can you do? I want you to look this over and put it into your own words, and you can go out there and start sharing the information with your sphere of influence, your friends, your contacts, people that have been looking, but waiting. Now is not the time to sit there and go, I'll wait for a better deal to come up. Diane put a home on the market at $569.9 this weekend, or excuse me, last week. There's 3 full price or above list price offers within a 24-hour period from Friday to Saturday, and that ended up selling, was under contract well above the list price. The point is, stuff in the 500s is selling, stuff in the 500s is sitting. There's a big difference. I'm seeing homes across the board in different neighborhoods that have been sitting there for a long, long time. 4s, 5s, 6s, and up. And the people have not done anything to update them, and they're going, I don't want to do anything. So what are you going to do? Either drop the price so someone will be willing to pay for it as it is, or increase what the home has in it and make it for today's buyer's demands. And I mean, I'm seeing Laurel Springs, St. Marlowe, hot selling neighborhoods and homes that have been sitting there 6, 7, 8 months. It's not selling through the hottest time period we've seen. And so you gotta go out there and own this stuff and go, hey, we need to start educating people. You need to start showing the model homes, take pictures of the model homes so you can go, hey, if you're gonna sell in this price range, you need to go emulate this kitchen over here that's down the street that the people are buying up left and right out there. You guys need to start taking people into the model homes. Get your friends, if they're, now we're gonna buy in the next year, get them in the car, take them to a model home, show them the wow factor that's in there now, and guess what's gonna happen? That home will go on the market. But the problem we're having is people are going, I am going to waste to put our home on the market until we find the home that we want to buy. I'm hearing this from agents all the time. I'm going, you need to go get them excited about what's out there, and then they'll go list their home. But if you never get them in the car to go get them excited, you wait for them to find it, it's never gonna happen. So be the agent, go out there, find them, and take them to it, and you'll get a listing and a buy side. That's an exciting time period. So your job is educating. I have agents going, I don't know what to do. And so what do? They do nothing. And then they hope. And then their friends go list their home with another agent that did something. And then they get mad at their friends. That's not good practice. So I'm going to make it so easy for you guys. Here's what you can do. I've had different agents that have had success through the years come to me and said, I want you to do this and go start educating your neighbors as to what's going on. So here's how simple it is. Pick a community or high school district. I want you to go look at what sales were in 2014 and compare them for the same stats for 2015. Here's all you got to compare in FMLS. The highs and the low prices, the number of sales, the median price, the average price, and your average days on the market between 2014 and 2015. And it's very simple. You put on the left-hand side of the page, 2014. You put on the right-hand side of the page, what? 2015. And then you just go to the Excel spreadsheet, you put it down there, and then below that, you put in a little paragraph that says, here's what's going on in our pockets. Whether you do a community or high school district, I don't care. The key thing is you guys have something that you can follow. And since we just came out of 2015, do you think people are interested in this stuff? Yes. They want to see what is the neighborhood doing, where are we going, where are we growing, and where are we not. You got a lot of people out there who think they're underwater. They don't realize the prices have gone up what they have. I saw a little sheet the other day that said 23% of homeowners think their home is underwater when the actual number is about 8%. So how many people are being stalemated right now because we're not getting engaged in the process? How many of you are willing to do this right here and put it on a postcard or put it on just a sheet of paper? You can go out and go door knocking, you can go send this in a package. By the way, I'm going to tell you guys this, if you cannot afford to put a postage stamp on it, then you don't have a choice but to go door knocking. I do not want to see our flyers, our logo, or anything sitting taped on the mailbox, or you open in the mailbox door and sticking that in. You know what that happens then? You know what happens then? You get a neighbor that calls and says, that's a federal offense, I can have you put in jail. And you go, all I did was put my little information that you should want to have in your mailbox. And that is a federal offense. You cannot touch the you cannot touch the mailbox, period. And by the way, I want you to think about this. If you went out there and taped something to a mailbox, what does that say about you professionally? Well, they couldn't afford to mail it. Do you think they could afford to market it? Think about it. So I see so much inconsistency, but I can tell you this. If you got the time, energy, and effort, you can go out there and you can go door knocking, you can meet people face to face. Anybody willing to do that? And then the other thing we're going to be focused on this year is, I want you all writing this down. I'm going to be focusing on this every single month. I want this drilling in your head. 5-5-10. 5-5-10. Write that down. We're going to talk about every single sale meeting. 5-5-10. Who can tell me what that is? What is it, Mike?
Whatever listing is now, whatever sale you made, back on the 5 doors to the right, 5 doors to the left, and 10 across the street.
What do you have with you? So you are correct. You go knock on the doors when you get a new listing or when a listing goes under contract and sold. 5-5-10. 5 to the right, 5 to the left, 5 there, 10 across the street. What you do is you get a flyer. Once you make your flyer, and then on the back side you put information. It could be trend analysis just like this. That the neighbors in there want to know what the heck is going on in their neighborhood. So you don't just take a flyer, you print on the backside statistic or trends in that neighborhood, and you go out there to meet with people because neighbors will be selling next 3 to 6 months where they may know a friend moving in that wants to move into the neighborhood. That's your in. You're not going to sell them something, you're just going to say, hey, I just listed the home across the street from you. Here's a flyer in case you have a friend that wants to move in the neighborhood, trying to make it easy. And by the way, on the backside, here's some trends and statistics on your specific neighborhood. If you got any questions, feel free to let me know. My information is across the street here right there on the flyer. Thank you. Go in here and be offended if I came knocking on your door and did that. Anybody? Me? I want you to think about this. The inconsistency is I have agents go, I'm not going to go door knocking. Why not? Because you don't want to sound pushy, aggressive, and you don't want to be a salesperson. You're a salesperson, you're a sales professional. We'll give you the verbiage to go out there to eliminate you from having that fear in your head of sounding like a pushy, aggressive salesperson and put business in your pocket by just doing these things. Yes?
Think of it this way, it's not being pushy aggressive. Think of it as being aggressive and something that the other person is not willing to do. It makes a big difference.
This is what I call aggressive is when you go out there and you say, hey, you're looking to buy or sell, you know what it is. That's pushing aggressive and that's car salesman type. But if you go out there and you educate and show people, do they have friends that might be wanting to live in the neighborhood? It happens all the time. Do they want to know information on their neighborhood? Yes. You need to be the leader and the source out there, and you do what I call as assertive. Okay? You got two options in this world. You can be a tour guide and do nothing, or you can be super aggressive, or you can be in the middle and be assertive. I want you to be assertive, be the consultant, and go out there and share what you know and earn some business. Yes?
One of the things that I ran across, and you told me how to take care of it a long time ago, is when we knock on a door, people always would answer the door. A lot of them would say, there's no soliciting in this neighborhood. And I looked at them and I said, I'm not soliciting, I'm just informational only. And when I tell them that, they just quiet down and listen to what I had to say, and then the no solicitation has gone out of their mind, so.
If you're in Forsyth County, the solicitation means you have to be selling something. If you're just giving out information, you're not selling anything. In Gwinnett County, you gotta have a solicitor's thing to door knock, whether you're just giving out information or not. What I would suggest to you is if I live in Gwinnett County and I'm gonna be doing the 5-5-10, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get a solicitor's badge. Who cares? You know, take control of your business. I wouldn't have a problem with that any day. I'd wear that thing around my neck on, hey, this is part of the function of what I do in Gwinnett County. It's the way of life as a professional realtor. Anybody got a problem with that? Fulton County, I think, is also the same thing. You gotta have a solicitor's license to do that. So 5-5-10, how much more could that bring to you in your business? Let's give away some shirts. I'm gonna call out the names up here. We got Lewis Rockford. Do we want black or do we want white? Black. Black Super Jumbo shirt.
Nice.
And we got you small.
For these
Okay.
Try it on.
Beth.
That's okay. I'm not afraid.
What's behind that box? 1 or 2 or 3?
2.
You go both ways.
That's a white t-shirt. I'm just making this up. I have no idea what it is. You say. Okay. Diane Purpich. Is that right?
Yep, you did, very good.
1 or 2?
1.
1 month to do is free.
Great.
And look at the man, he did get pulled. Jim Bullis.
I'll take 2.
Hold on. 1 or 3?
Well, he's already missed his chance now, hasn't he?
Yeah, he gets that
He
too.
can.
Sorry. Okay, next. Monica, what does Jim get? Steak massage.
Milkshake.
I've already got those.
I'll take it.
You're going to throw a bag.
I'll tell you, just complain.
Okay,
He wants to change it for a car wash.
Hey, foot massage. Last but not least, Diane Hornet. Do you want a foot massage or a black shirt? No, not for me. And
How's your week going?
let's keep on going. Where are we going with this? My day is tight. What do you want? Full service brokerage here. Okay. Well,
I forgot.
foot massage or a black shirt?
Black shirt.
Okay.
No, I think they're all split.
No, just so you know, there's a foot massage place right over in the strip.
One
Oh, I'm never gonna buy it. like to have one more draw?
Yeah?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Mike, I'm gonna let you go ahead and draw it. Actually, Monica, Mike's still in here, so
You had fun with that.
go ahead and draw.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
Rosa.
Great, got your listing yesterday and you get a Steak and Shake. What is the Steak and Shake gift card?
Steak and Shake is called $10.
$10. Awesome stuff. I'm so excited. Okay, now, let's move on. What my goal is that you guys go, hey, anything that is in here, I want you to pick 1 or 2 slides that you can turn and go share with your sphere of influence, with clients that are out there waiting. But I want you to do something with something of the slide that you see today. Whether you go and do this, or one of the slides that we're going to go over, the whole intention of what we're covering today is that we go educate the people and get them in the game that aren't in the game. I'm going to make a challenge to each and every one of you today. There's a neighborhood, 2 neighborhoods that I believe every one of y'all should see. One is called the Paddocks by Ashton Woods. They've got 2 model homes there. They're in the 400s to the 600s, 700s in price. When you drive in there and go, wow, these homes are in the 6s, you go, how the heck are they getting 6s on these little Cracker Jack box lots?
All day long.
It's crazy.
All day
And then you go in the model home and you go, I think I see why they're getting them. These model homes are done very well. The one on the right is absolutely sensational. Goodbye, D. I didn't offend you.
Peace out, bro.
All right.
It was all that conversation about that ultra liberal AARP.
This guy goes door to door for
I'm out of here, pal.
Good luck in your life, D.
Thanks.
He told me he was leaving early that he didn't want me to feel like I offended him.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna see this deal.
But go check out the Paddocks. And it doesn't matter if you're in Gwinnett, North Fulton, whatever. You need to see these model homes because Ashton Woods is doing an excellent job of merchandising their models and doing different things inside their models. You got brick walls in the dining room and just different things where you go in there and go, hey, this is so different. People will get excited about this. You lead them to this. And then the other neighborhood I go to is the Reserve in Old Atlanta. And that has David Weekley and Trayton as the builder. So you got 2 model homes in there. They're very nice plans. One of them is something I've never seen before. The other is a very traditional type plan. They do an excellent job of merchandising in those, but you'll get excited because they have the David Weekley one has, maybe it's Trayton, I can't remember. But they got the wall windows on the back side that you can slide all the way across, and open to the, so the whole wall opens up, the screen porch. That's kind of the cool stuff. And I'm pushing you guys to go see these models in these neighborhoods because we need to get those buyers that are going to be selling a 3s and 4s home and moving up into these 6s, 7s, something like that. And this will help you get identified with that. So if you haven't seen them, go see them, and you'll be surprised at what you see. Once you have these numbers here, ask yourself, what's happening in this arena? In other words, if I'm a consumer looking at this, what does this story tell me based off what I've got right there in those numbers? And then I'll ask you to do is put some thought around it and just come see me and let's talk about it. Because I want you getting comfortable and I want you getting your brain trained around statistical trends, how to go look at them. And if you can do this, the people that are doing it, we're having some good success and they're getting a lot more confident and they're going out and actually visiting neighbors they haven't talked to in a long time. And say Heather Byers, she's at a closing this morning. She went out in her neighborhood, she got a little postcard together, she took them all these little gift bags in her immediate cul-de-sac. Okay, so she starts doing the same message to the whole neighborhood. But she said, hey, my immediate surroundings, these 20 homes, I'm going to go do a nice little gift basket. Included with that, I'm going to put this little postcard with this information on the neighborhood. And she went out there and visited the people face to face. And one of the people took a picture of it, put it out online, got 38 likes the other day. And that was all about her and what she did. It's like, imagine if you had that working for you out there. And now all of a sudden she had a conversation with the neighbors that she hadn't seen in a while. And one of the neighbors that she went to said, I didn't know that you were what? A real estate agent. And she said, oh my God, I can't believe how much traction I'm starting to get just off this. Do you think she's excited about doing that stuff she wasn't doing before? And you know what, she went out and just did some stuff where a year ago I could have never gotten her to do that. But today she's going, hey, you know what, if I just do this over time, how much more business will I have? And that's all that it's going to be. And by the way, when you do this stuff, and you have stuff like that happen, you go, I can't believe it works. But it doesn't. Boomerang buyers. I'm telling you this because every one of us knows somebody that's been impacted by foreclosure, short sales, or delinquent past 60 days. All of these type people have not been able to buy a home because they couldn't get a loan. There could be other situations that happen, bankruptcy, all those type things. Now the next several years are gonna be what they call a boomerang buyer coming back into the game. You need to get out there and start educating people on this, going, hey, you could probably get a loan today if you had a bankruptcy just 2 years ago. Now, and depending on the loan, you could get a FHA loan faster than you can a conforming loan if you have short sale. Get with Jeff and go, hey, what are the timelines so I can go out there with accurate information? But these boomerang buyers are absolutely awesome to be thinking about because they're typically going to be buying 3s and up. So I want you to think about that because their financial world has changed. It's better than what it was. Now they can buy, but they don't know. There's a lot of inconsistencies out there. So here's a what would you do thing. This just happened, and I've never had it happen in about 20 years doing this stuff. You take a photo of a gym in a community. People are in it, but no faces are detectable at all. Anybody got anything they want to say about that right there? You're taking photos around a neighborhood. Is there anything wrong with that right now? No faces are detectable.
Inside the gym or outside the gym?
It's inside the gym. Anything wrong with that?
No, without permission. From the
According to
gym.
Realtor.com, you should not have pictures of any people in your photos. Okay. So, because it could be saying that you're swaying who the market is for that neighborhood. That is the only thing that I believe is a potential wrongness, if you will. But here's what happened with this situation. A woman was on a little treadmill type thing, one of those little action things. And in the photo, all you can see is this woman with very nice flowing brown hair, but you can't see her face at all. Well, what happened was the woman, one of her friends said, hey, your photo's online of you working out. And the woman went and saw it and contacted our agent and said, I want that taken down. And the agent went and took it down off a couple of the sites. But what happens sometimes in the internet world, things repopulate. And you can't control that. We can't control it once it's out there 100%. We can go do what we can, but it is what it is once it gets out there. And the way that data works from us to the Zillow to Trulia is very difficult to change all the little different things. So she removed it, and then it got populated back up. Home went under contract. She didn't think about it. And now it's posted out there, sold, with the woman's photo on there that you can't see anything. So what happens? The woman sends me an email and says, you need to see these photos. I'm going to sue you because you used my image to help sell the neighborhood, sell the home that's sold, and you and your agent profited from that, and I helped you do it. And you did it against my will. I pumped them. And I tell you what, I'm such a nice person that if you go ahead and work with me and settle, I'll just take $4,000.
That's crazy.
What would you do? Oh, by the way, the whole thing was, it'd be far much cheaper for you to do this than to go hire an attorney. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's a valid, legitimate complaint. But is this a valid, legitimate complaint?
You can't see the face.
I can tell you this, if this woman walked in the door over here, I could have that picture next to her and I would not be able to pick it out. It doesn't violate a law. Real estate law. No. There's no law written that way you can't, but you gotta be careful because it could put you in a question mark about swaying a buyer as to what the population is in that neighborhood. Okay? But outside of that, was there anything wrong? We got an attorney in the room and the attorney says,
I say, think about it.
I know, I think so too.
Because I tell people all the time, you can be right all day long and still wind up paying. So I think I've had this discussion. Principal is expensive.
Yeah.
When it comes. You say no until she hires an attorney. Then you say, I might consider it. Right? Because right now, I'm just talking. You wait until she lawyers up and then you. then you start considering the cost.
So I emailed her back and just said, if you walked in the door, I wouldn't be able to tell if it was your photo or not. I can't even tell with 100% certainty, so there's no way I'm gonna pay you $4,000 because there's no way I can tell if it's you. Right? And I finished it with a line that I remember from Kevin when we were going through things, and that is govern, the very ending thing is govern yourself accordingly. I got that from you.
That's good, that's a lawyer talk. That means, don't do something stupid. As a lawyer to lawyer, don't do anything stupid.
So I put that in there because if she did talk to an attorney, I wanted her to go, okay, that they know what they're talking about. But the reality, and what I did is I just staged it up going, you know, we're trying to get it offline, but there's no way we can 100% guarantee it because of the way that the internet works, and we don't own Zillow, we don't own Trulia, we can't control those things. We'll do what we can. No 100% guarantee. I cannot tell with certainty that it'd be you if you walked in here and turned sideways with what it was, so there's no way I could pay you $4,000 and assume that it is you, even though I believe that you're not making it up. But we're not going to settle for anything. Good luck and govern yourself accordingly. That's pretty much what the email said. I did talk with Tom Gillette before I did that to make sure that if she filed a complaint with the Georgia Real Estate Commission, that we didn't do anything to violate that. And once I felt secure with that, I was like, nah, whatever. A very interesting scenario that I have never had that happen before. What I will tell you is in the future, if you take photos, do not put any human beings in the photos. Not because of, well, yes, one, if her face was being detected, then yes, we might have a totally different thing in my opinion. If you have a picture of a person, you see their face, and it's in your advertising, you have to have a letter by them signed saying that they give you permission to use their likeness. But she was sitting there going, you profited from using my image.
Don't flatter yourself, sister.
It almost cost us a deal.
So
Yeah.
I'm saying, you lose the deal, then you can sue her.
Use your image.
Because your image, you could have sold for higher
Yeah.
seller, the seller, you owe the difference.
Can you countersue in a situation like that? I think it's a baseless claim, I really do. I mean,
Well, yeah, you can always raise issues like that.
But she said,
There's
oh,
something called
I'm going for way more.
There's something called 915-14 motion that you can make for attorney's fees and fair substantially without justification, that sort of thing. So any attorney will throw that in there as part of a response to a claim, a counterclaim for that particular, under that code section. And that usually makes them think again, especially when it's baseless like this. You know, that not only are we going to defend ourselves, we're going to get money from you for the time that you're costing me.
Wow.
And by the way, that was the first time I've heard from a woman, so I'm not, you know, to me, if you're a legitimate, if you're really irritated about something, you reach out and contact me as a broker going, I need you to get this solved versus waiting, and then just sending me a letter trying to get money. I think she's just trying to leverage it to get me to pay $2,000, negotiate for $2,000, write her a check, and you know, I'm not gonna do that. So, we'll see. Existing home sales, look what happened here. Very interesting. October, November, we had a drop down. Middle of December, there's a big considerable spike up. And looks like January is gonna be something of the same. And like I said, spring to spring, you got early spring market right now. This is something that I would definitely share with people out there. These are existing home sales, so keep this in mind. Existing home sales, the spike up happened. In the South, it didn't happen as much as other parts, but I think that's partly because we have more new home inventory than most of the other part of the country. And that's what I'm rationalizing out of that. Overall, a resilient U.S. economy and solid job growth in recent years, 2015, a great rebound. Here's the cool thing. 2015 was the best year since 2006. And they're predicting this year will be better. So is that good news? Yes.
I just have a point on that December going up. Two of my deals because of TRID went into December. Do you think any of it because of the TRID factor?
No, I don't think anybody's buying a home or not because of TRID. They have no clue what
No,
that is.
it's the actual closings. My close, yeah, because two of them went into December.
Yeah, these were the, this is the pendings.
Oh, pendings, okay.
But to her point, with TRID, consumers aren't gonna be buying things off TRID, but TRID has definitely had the closings take longer. Your average closing time period, I'm not sure if I got the chart up here, I looked at it, went from 46 to 47 days, it's 49 days is your average closing time for all contract closings. So it is definitely being a factor in delaying closings more than what it was before.
Well, if I could just talk to that for just a second. The reason for that is that Wells Fargo owns so much of a majority of the market, okay? They are a disaster when it comes to getting these closings done on time. That hasn't happened, just throwing it out there, good plug for Jeff. It hasn't happened with Jeff. We're hitting all of our closing dates and times with Jeff doing the loan. So I think that basically what you're seeing is Wells Fargo and Bank of America, who is a huge portion of the market, having compliance issues. And they're the ones driving the stupid show when this started. So I think that that's going to come down as Wells Fargo and Bank of America start getting their processes together and in order. So that may be what that is.
Probably so. Months of inventory, look at how much it dropped down. So the pace of sales spiked up and the months of inventory dropped down significantly. Through the fall months, builders were getting hypersensitive and starting to get price sensitive. And now all of a sudden they're getting the total opposite. Now they're going, hey, we're feeling quite secure now, whereas 3-4 months ago we were going, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Now all of a sudden spring is sprung for them, interest rates are lower, demand is going back over to their favor. They're getting cocky. So this last week, we had people asking, hey, what can we anticipate going into a new home community and negotiate? And they're pretty much holding tight with whatever promotion they are or not doing. That's pretty much what they're getting. And your ability to negotiate is very, very minimal unless it's an inventory home that has been sitting there forever and a day. And that's as simple as I can tell you how it's going to be for a while. And now that we're hitting into the market where through spring, the sales always spike up in Atlanta, they're going to be getting cockier and cockier and being holding tight to the price. Average days, it was up here. So here's your average days, went down to 46 through October, then all of a sudden TRID comes in, we're up to 49 days. Percentage of distressed property, these two charts are coming up side by side. You've got to be sharing this stuff. As a country, as an overall nation, 8% is what the distress sales were for December. But what's most important here, guys, is in Georgia, these are foreclosure inventory by state, things that still have to be flushed through, 0.7%. We're green. And again, it goes back to how do we flush things through, Kevin?
Non-judicial foreclosure here in Georgia.
So we are not like Florida, we are not like New York, we are not like the red areas because we flush things through very quickly. Again, tell them how fast can a home be foreclosed on through the process in Georgia?
If you are 30 days late, it takes about 2 months after that. So as quickly as 3 months. Now, generally speaking, as I tell all buyers, lenders don't want your house, so they wait. They call you, they nag you, and then they finally get tired of it. So it's usually probably about a 5-6 month process once it's all said and done. But that's still much faster than places like Florida, New York, California.
Key thing on this, I would be showing people this that are sitting there going, I'm gonna wait for the deal to come up. The deals are gone in Atlanta. There are no more deals. So we're in a retail state. We don't have foreclosures flushing through builders, and prices of everything has gone through the roof, and it looks to be going that way. By the way, also on FMLS, this was crazy, guys. You think about where we were in Atlanta, the average price for single family detached was $255,000. That is nuts. That's for all of Atlanta. You know, I looked at that and going, wow, that was a big jump from 2015, or excuse me, 2016 January, a big jump from 2015 January on the price. That's nuts. I didn't think it would do that. And here's one that I'm going to end on. First-time home buyers, big opportunity for you guys. 57% of the buyers were first-time home buyers.
In what areas?
This is across the country. 57% first-time buyer mortgage share index. That's December. So what I want you guys doing is going, how can I reach to my friends since we don't have many that are under 40? If you're under 40, think about how you can stimulate your friends to buy something. If you're over 40, think about how you can get your friends' kids to buy something. And by the way, there's a lot of charts and stuff. I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna end on this other one. I can get to it. Look at the rent rates. What they've done since 1988. Your rent rates are higher than if you went and bought a home today. Think about that. Here's your seller's market, neutral market. We're definitely in a seller's market right now in Atlanta, if the home is in the right condition. This is what I wanted to get to. This and one other one. Look at this. Back in the 1980s, when the interest rate was 11.5%, your payment was $995. You could buy a $100,000 home. 2000, 7.54. For the same payment, you could buy a $142,000 home. Today, at 4%, $997, you can buy a $209,000 home. Should your friends' kids wait? No. And actually, that was it. So, I thought there was one other one on here that showed a relationship to payments and the price. This is great stuff for you to go, hey, I'm gonna go have a conversation with my friends or their children. I had somebody that was calling apartment complexes that were paying $1,500 or more. There's different things that you can be doing to stimulate those first-time home buyers. Denise, anything you want to say again about the women's club, and then going to the other ones?
Please come see me after the meeting and I'll sign you up.
After that meeting, they can go to the Atlanta Women's Council.
Yeah, you can have breakfast and lunch the same day.
You can't wait on Thursday.
Are there meetings for men anywhere?
For smart men, you're a women's club. So I know I'll see you there. We actually have one of our agents, Scott Welch. He was actually the president for the Women's Council of Realtors. Smart. Yeah.
Very smart.
Anybody have anything to add?
I do. I wanted to touch a little bit on agent safety. I know it's not Agent Safety Month, but I think everybody needs to be aware. I was showing a house at Rock Sharon Road on Wednesday, and there was an agent's car parked in the driveway. Nobody inside it, had her sign on her car. Front door to the house was wide open. And I'm thinking, we don't live in an area where we really need to, we don't really have those kinds of issues. But I walked into the house, proceeded to walk into the house just to let her know that we were there, and she was nowhere to be found. So panic and just leaving Gar and Beverly, whatever her name was in Arkansas, just flew through my, anyway, tried to call her, she didn't answer, called her 3 or 4 times thinking that somebody bothers me and they call on the road that she would answer. She never answered. Fortunately, her card was there. I had her office number. I called the office and alerted them. Thank God she was fine, but it was a really uncomfortable situation, and we really need to be careful out there because I walked in like thinking nothing about it, and somebody could have been in there waiting for us too.
Yes, Jim.
I just want to offer myself to anybody in here that feels uncomfortable about going to a listing or a showing, that I'll go with you. If I'm not tied up, I'm more than happy to go anywhere in Atlanta, Metro Atlanta, with anybody, male or female. Sometimes
Jim
it makes
does
you.
pack heat.
I don't ask for anything, really. Okay, if anybody needs me, let me know.
Thank you, John.
And he does mean that. He went Jonathan Petters the other day, and, you know, the bottom line is your safety is more important than any transaction that you can procure by going to a spot that you feel uncomfortable about.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna get cracked out all day.
grab a guy, if you're a woman, I'm not sexist, but it's like, hey, you know what? Sometimes it's better to have a male with you.
Safety.
Anything we can do, just always think of your safety first. Anything else? Good point, Sarah, thank you.
You're welcome. She was fine. She had gone to the next door neighbor's house because she realized that a cousin she hadn't seen got all caught up with that. I mean, thank God, right? But it was a really kind of that dark feeling came over that, oh no, you know, and I just wasn't expecting in the area that we live in. I know we all just don't expect that.
Yep.
So I just thought I'd let everybody know.
All right, and remember this, go do your trends, go educate the people, and get them excited. Let's get the resales on the market, and 5, 10 of them to death out here. Have a good day.
All right.